welcome to a very special YouTube video of mine where I'm going to be in the kitchen all morning showing you how to make this festive holiday breakfast. It includes snowflake-shaped breakfast sandwich, Christmas-shaped pancakes, and festive red and green breakfast potatoes. First I'm going to show you what you're going to need. A cutting board, a knife, a microwave-safe teacup or small bowl, an 8x8 glass baking dish, metal cookie cutters, a measuring cup, a big mixing bowl, a baking sheet or cookie sheet, a skillet or frying pan, and a spatula. A potato, onion powder mixed with garlic salt, butter, red and green food coloring, baking powder, flour, sugar, baking soda, salt, buttermilk or buttermilk powder, cream of tartar, cooking oil, eggs, slices of cheddar cheese, and bacon or pre-cooked bacon. I'm gonna grease the 8x8 glass baking dish, and then I'm going to peel and slice my potato. Okay, now I'm gonna slice it. Be really, really careful, because knives are sharp and stuff. Really, you can do this however you want. This is just the way I do it. Now, I'm going to dice these into pieces about that big. They're not going to be real small, but they're just going to be like a little less than bite-sized. I'm going to do this. Pieces that I cut and put them in the baking dish over here. And just keep going like that until the entire potato is diced up. Now that the potatoes are all diced, this is where your onion powder and garlic salt, your teacup, and some of the butter comes into play, as well as the food coloring. You put the onion powder and the garlic salt into the butter and stir it up. You want to divide the butter in half. I'm just going to use the cup that the garlic salt and the onion powder was in. Make a divide in the potatoes. Now add some green food coloring to one of your butter mixtures. Mix it up real well. Pour it over half of your potatoes. Stir it up a little bit. And now, you guessed it. The red food coloring into the rest. Cover this side with the red. Mix that. Okay, now try to distribute the potatoes evenly as you can under the circumstances in the baking dish. Now we're ready to put it in the oven. I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Now we just put the potatoes in on the uppermost rack, uncovered, and let those bake for about 35 to 40 minutes, and that will give you plenty of time to get everything else ready. Get your large mixing bowl, add 3 cups of all-purpose flour, add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Mix that all up. Now you want to add about 3/4 cup of butter, and we're going to do that by hand. You can use a pastry blender, but I wouldn't recommend it because pastry blenders are just a waste of money when God blessed you with these. The easiest way to cut butter into flour mixture, slice it up first. Now you want to cut in the butter. To do that, you just dig in with your fingers. Just kind of squish the butter up like this with the flour. Just basically keep feeling around for any big chunks and break those down as much as you can just to blend it with the flour mixture. Every once in a while, do this. You make sure you get the underneath of the bowl so you're not just doing the top. Okay, so basically you want to do this until you grab a clump and it becomes a solid mass, but it breaks up really easily again. See? That. Now, while your fingers are already in here, make a well in the center. Pour in 3/4 cup buttermilk. Just pour it in all at once. Just gonna knock it in around the sides. And just start to toss it. Alright, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna knead it in the bowl a little bit. And to do that, I have a tablespoon of flour on hand. Just gonna sprinkle it over the top. Flour up your hands a little bit. Just push it down like this. And you're gonna want to flour around the edges or it's gonna get real sticky on you. Okay, you just want to lightly work it down away from the edge. And turn it over. Don't touch the sticky part yet. That's what the flour is for. Okay. Just do that all the way around. Once you've gone all the way around, just gonna pick it up. So this dough is holding together very well. That's what you want. You want a big slab of dough like that. You want to pat it out to about 3/4 inch thick. This is where your cookie cutters come into play. I chose a nice snowflake. Make a nice little pile of flour over here so I can dip it in there. Just press that in. And release. All the way through your dough. Take a miniature one, make little ones there, and put them on your cookie sheet, 1 inch in between them. Now, since your oven's already at 400 degrees because the potatoes are cooking, you can go ahead and put the biscuits right in because they need to bake at 400 degrees for about 12 to 14 minutes or until golden brown. And check on your potatoes. Give them a stir. Don't forget to keep red and green separate. Add your biscuits to the bottom. Let those go for about maybe 10 to 12 minutes since they're on the bottom rack. My biscuits are all done. Now I'm just going to go ahead, take them off here, put them on the cooling rack. It's time for the potatoes to come out of the oven, so I'm just going to put this metal trivet right here. Potatoes right on it. Don't those look cool? Stir them up just a little bit. Smell awesome. 1 cup of flour, a couple of tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Just combine that. This obviously isn't required, but this is how I make my pancakes. I put in some cinnamon and some allspice. I find that the flavoring is really, really good with that. Now we're going to need a cup of buttermilk, an egg, and 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. You want to combine all your liquid ingredients. Crack the egg right in. Stir it up. Just add your liquid all at once. Stir it up. And heat your griddle probably about medium-high. Butter your skillet. Make sure you spray the cookie cutters real well too so nothing sticks. And then go ahead and pour your batter in. Make it thick. Okay, see the edges are pretty good. I'm going to take your cookie cutters off. You might want to use tongs. Get a little help pushing it out with a knife. And I'm going to flip these over. Those out onto a plate. And take one of your biscuits, take a knife, cut it in half. Try to make it even all the way around. Bottom's a little bit thicker than the top, and that's fine. Okay, now I'm going to do the eggs, same that I did with the pancakes. Except I'm going to use the same cookie cutter that I used for the biscuits. Spray that real good. I'm going to break the yolk. So I want this to cook all the way through. Again, you want to have this at about a medium heat, so about a 5. Now it looks like it's getting to be about cooked. Take your tongs. It's not perfect, but it'll fit on that biscuit real well. Flip it over. Okay. Once that's good and cooked all the way through, put your biscuit over. cutter on it. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll work. Put that on top of the egg while it's still hot, and that way it'll melt. And cook your bacon according to the packaging instructions. Break the pieces in half, like so. Cover it up. There's your little breakfast sandwich. And there you have it, one of the most festive holiday breakfasts ever to come out of the kitchen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you decide to make this breakfast, I hope it turns out great and I hope everybody loves it. Let me know if you want to see me do more things in the kitchen. I do love to cook and to bake, and I wouldn't mind showing you all a few little tips and tricks here and there and recipes and all kinds of stuff. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to me, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bite-sized snowflake biscuits. Like a little piece of heaven.